I don't think so, buddy.
Name me a world leader.
And who loves you? And who do you love?
Name me one.
Wow.
This is perverts on parade. Tom Pepper. Big Jim Tucker.
Wow, this is a freak show.
And nice pickles.
Yep. I can't read.
Read about it.
It's the OBDM podcast. Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Joe, and Creech.
What is it?
Well played.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray, my name's Midnight Mike, and Cretchet is over there on screen. He might be in a mental institution with that white background.
Nothing works here. The medications don't work.
I don't know about the medications, but everything else is sort of working.
Yeah,
Except I'm trying to get the streams over on this. I'm on two different computers. This is ridiculous.
he's in a location unknown. Well, it's unknown to everyone but him.
I'm not sure where it is.
Man, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's happening.
We don't know what's happening.
But we're going to get the
Why
work
can't I
done,
get the
people.
Twitter going. Oh, good Lord. Twitter. I'll figure it out.
Well, we're going to figure it out as we go along. Hey, welcome everyone for joining us in the live show. If you're listening because you heard me on doom scrolling, hey, thank you. Thank you very much for checking out the Our Big Dumb Mouth podcast, or as some people like to call it, the Our Big Dirty podcast.
Our Big Dirty Mouth podcast.
Oh, yeah, something
we need to
like
clip
that.
We need to clip that and say we made the clip.
I'll take that name. Whatever. OBDM's a stupid name anyways. And Our Big Dumb Mouth is a dumb name for a podcast. But, it's back
There's been multiple times you have talked about regretting naming it OBDM, but now that you're 20 years in, you can't change it.
It's very difficult. It's not like Aerosmith wanted to change their band name once Get a Grip came out. Not to say that we've had our own Get a Grip, but at 20 years in, it's too late. Too late in the game. You got to go with it, or just start a whole new podcast.
And for an extra bonus point, do you know what Aerosmith's preferred name was until the album or the until they were talked out of it?
Oh, geez. No. Was it
Tom Pepper.
Tom Pappard? They want to be called Tom Pappard.
Close. That was their second choice. Their first choice was Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Well, I'm glad their management talked them out of that one. That wouldn't have made a lot of sense. Well, they are from Boston, so they could have been shrimp dudes up there. Steven Tyler could have been a lobster dude. He's a Boston guy, so. But we'll talk about Boston much later on in the show.
We got a whole Boston segment.
We got a big Boston segment coming up.
35 minutes of Boston news.
That might be interesting. But before that, we got Alex Jones clips of the week. Here we go. And before that, we have a real quick Trump clip that you sent over, and maybe we can get the full speech. Maybe the context is king on this little clip right here. But this is Trump.
I call it the N-word.
So he said that I call it the N-word.
I call it the N-word.
Okay.
Do you need context for that? I thought it's Trump. It's just,
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Food, bacon, ham, apples.
I don't need any context.
food bacon.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's when he's cursing. But this is not about Trump right now. We're going to do some Alex Jones clips of the week. He said some incredible things last Thursday. Let's hear all about it right now.
And you don't vomit it up, you are dead. Bleed out of your ass.
till you're dead. Dude, you look like a pedo. Everybody's wondering why I have a Hitler mustache. Go Hitler. Hey, quit eating Twinkies and Big Red. I am now a National Socialist. I'm a Thomas Jefferson guy. It had a wild effect on women. I thought they were about to start throwing their panties at me. Let me go in the bathroom. Mountain Dew and Twinkies. Our biggest problem is African overpopulation. They're just all having a big, giant pee-pee sucking contest. Well, I'm Hitler now.
Wow. He came in hot and heavy.
Exactly.
That was incredible. Yeah, he claimed that as he was walking around with his Hitler mustache, that we talked about last episode, at the very end of the podcast, he claimed that people were just losing their minds. Women were going crazy. They were throwing panties at him. He was like some sort of rock star, mustache rock star Hitler guy.
That's right.
Would you go so far as to say, we love it?
I think he would say that.
I love it!
No, there's another one.
I don't think I got the "we love it." Who's the "we love it"? Did he say "we love it"?
I thought he did.
He says,
I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah, he says, "I love it." Got two "I love it's." But we're gonna go to Friday. This is a short one, only about 11 seconds. Here we go.
That hurts me. Stu Peters is a Nazi. Everything's so out of control. I have a problem. Shine my shoes, lick my boots, get on your knees, boy. They said they would, and now it's all happening.
Is it all happening?
Well, they said they would, and now it's all happening. So whatever they said, it's making it happen.
They said they would, and now it's all happening.
Yep.
Do you have that one next to the all the rest of the?
I got so many. It's all happening. So whenever he mentions something happening, I got it.
It's all happening right now. It is all happening right now. This is all happening. It's actually happening.
It's all happening now.
It's all happening. It's all happening. We just show up and it's all happening.
He's so upset.
And they're coming just as sure as the sun's coming up tomorrow, unless we run around like chickens with our heads cut off. And I'm just getting adrenaline rushes right now, folks.
Wow, that's
just like I was, in a parking lot and some guy's trying to mug me, and I get that feeling. I mean, this is, it's all real. It's all happening. I'm pulsing with adrenaline and electricity right now because this is what they're going to do. We've got to stop them.
Pretty good, huh?
All right, we're going to go to...
That was before he, fully blew out his vocal cords.
Yeah. He sounded...
He didn't have that gravelly, rumbly voice yet.
Yeah, he, he's smoking, 3 Marlboro packs a day. But he's got that gruff voice now, and here's more of modern Alex Jones from Monday.
By the way, it is confirmed that I shouldn't be laughing. This is all so sick. BDSM sex dungeon. Charlie Kirk said stone gays. Charlie Kirk said blacks can never fly airplanes. This is your psychiatrist. Hi, I'm Jolly and West. I ran the MK Ultra program. Oh, and I also was the attending psychiatrist for Jack Rubenstein. We're coming to kill people.
There we go. And we have Tuesday. Don't forget about Tuesday, people.
We become a nation of pussies. Man, you are a fat slob. My headphones just went crazy. I'm getting a backup thing now. Something happened on the board. My only frustration is this show is over. Oh, we're doing push-ups today. That's what we're doing. I just had an orgasm on air. Would you like me to nail it? Nail it? Nail it? I'm here to nail it. You're sitting there jerking off to porn.
Wow, a lot of good ones right there. A lot of I love this one right here.
My headphones just went crazy. I'm getting a backup thing now. Something happened on the board.
Very good.
That'd be a good one. You could almost pair that up with him knocking over his water.
Oh yeah, where he almost knocked over his Topo Chico. Yeah, that's a good one. I just about I knocked over my Topo Chico. I think he
knocked over his water.
Yeah. And Topo Chico. Do we have Topo Chico here in Ohio? I don't even know if we do. I don't think we do. I don't know.
Almost knocked over my Topo Chico.
Yeah. I think that's a Southwest. I don't know. I might be able to import it.
Big in Texas.
Yeah, I can probably import
it. But I've seen them in Colorado and Nebraska and Wyoming and everywhere. So
okay. That's good.
You can get them pretty much. I'm sure there's if they don't carry them at your local grocery, there's probably a specialty store where you can get it if you really want some Topo Chico.
Yes. Let's see here. What else I got? Oh, we got Monday. Not Monday. We have Wednesday. It's a short one, only 12 seconds. Here we go.
And tomorrow, the next day, the Sheriff's Department's coming here to close us. I was really into a couple of these guys. It's the trans people. Get them all. They're going to come in here with sheriff's deputies as early as tomorrow and shut down Infowars. This is wifey material.
Oh, wow. So this could be the last day that Alex...
Yeah, I think there was some news today, or they got some news today where the bankruptcy court said they could go in and start seizing equipment or something.
Oh, okay.
$1.86 billion, $9 billion, or whatever he owes.
So why didn't he say then it's all happening?
It's all happening.
Because I
assume he'll be doing that, talking into his phone live to Twitter.
He's got a backup broadcast facility. You know he does. He's got everything going on. Like, he's just going to go...
He just jumps from one to the next. They can never find him. Where is he?
He started a new company. They're going to sell off all that stuff. And by the way, they don't even got really good computers there.
We only have $500,000 computers, not $10 million ones like Fox News and people.
Hey, a computer is worth what you value it at.
That is true.
That's what I'm sure he and his team have been working on. Because a computer, it's a very, very much a gestalt thing. It's worth more than the sum of its parts. You don't just add up all the individual components and say this was an $800 computer, because you spent time researching it, you spent time configuring it, you spent time building that and assembling it and getting it all set up, and that time is worth money, and that money might be $1.5 trillion.
Computer's broke.
Well, now the computer's broke, so it's not worth anything, Cratchit.
Now it's worth nothing.
Look at that pile of computers over there. That's what we broadcast out of. Good luck. Oh, boy, people. We have just a whole bunch of news to get to. If you're reading the headline of this live show, how dare you? How dare you read that? This show can go anywhere.
Who's Al?
Ticking Al bomb, or some people call AI. I also have an article on what happens after we die, in case anybody was wondering. And we have some strange news coming up.
Is that one from, is Bigelow behind that one? Wasn't he doing the contest to find out what happens after you die?
He did. Well, he had the contest about, I think, maybe after we die, life after death, and the nature of consciousness. He ran a big essay contest, and somebody won, and I don't think anything really came of that. I think they put out some essays. That's it. No one's heard from Bigelow really since. He's done some interviews, but he's not making waves like he used to. We'll talk about that. I also do have Area 51 news. Maybe I'll start off with that.
Yeah.
Okay, Area 51 news. Something goofy is going on at Area 51, and I'm going to throw out some wild theories because typically there's a law. There's not much Area 51 news, and then there are two bizarre stories back to back. One date happens on one news story happens on the 23rd. The next one is the 24th. So I'll bring them both up. And one
That's how days work.
What's that?
That's how days work.
Well, yeah, but not necessarily news from Area 51. But I'll bring this up. So the first one is what we covered a few shows ago, maybe last show. Gunmen opened fires at secretive Air Force Base home to Area 51. We talked about this. A gunman opened fire outside the Air Force Base in Nevada.
Yeah, he shot at the gates or something.
Yeah, he was crashing the gates, or he was acting erratic. So this is an Air Force Base linked to Area 51. The unknown suspect fired rounds at the main gate of the site and was behaving erratically, like flailing his arms around, breakdancing. Is not as specific here. And this is around 12:30 a.m. on Wednesday. Security officers then challenged the suspect, who pointed his firearm at them. I don't know what. I guess challenged. He also drew down. Is that what you mean? I'm assuming.
No, I would think they challenged him to a game of pinochle.
Hey, let's solve this right here on the ground.
So you can lift the biggest rock.
Yeah, I mean that would solve a lot of things. You throw your back out. The alleged gunman.
It's what they use in the UN.
Oh, the alleged.
They'll broadcast that.
The alleged gunman was shot in the leg and taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries after a tourniquet was applied. Well, that was nice of the guards.
See, it was a trick. He went over to pick up a rock,
and they shot him.
Pinged him in the leg.
That is the classic trick there, people. When you're trying to crash a gate and they tell you to pick up a rock, don't drop your gun because they're just going to shoot you.
guy's like, I can't believe he fell for it.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the leg. Just let him go.
In the meantime, so following the incident, Nellis Air Force Base took to Facebook, which is weird, saying that its main gates will be temporarily closed until further notice. So I guess that's how you do official PR, for
I don't know. Just put some on Facebook.
A relatively secretive military base. Put it out on Facebook. They didn't say Twitter.
Yeah. What was their official message? What was the text they actually put out there?
Okay. Let me see. Oh God! I clicked on the face I thought they had an actual link because there was like a link to Facebook. No, it just goes to another Daily Mail website
telling you what
Facebook is. Facebook is now part of Meta and is the leading social media platform connecting billions of Thank you. No, I don't know what the message is. But there's.
So I'll see if I can find it.
But there's some video, but I don't really care. It's like, so this is, at the time, an isolated incident. Nothing big. Okay. You get some crazy guy causing a ruckus over there on September 23rd. Isolated incident, move on. Until there was another incident the following day. And here it is. Air Force probing mysterious incident involving flying craft near Area 51, says reports. So now things are getting a little wild over here. So the U.S. Air Force is investigating an incident involving a military aircraft from Creech Air Force Base near Area 51, north of Las Vegas. Quote, we are aware of a September 23rd incident involving an aircraft from Creech Air Force Base. There were no fatalities, injuries, or property damage, a spokesperson said. The incident is under investigation. No further information is available at this time. The Independent has contacted representatives for the Air Force Base, from the Air Force Base. A Federal Aviation Administration spokesperson said to contact the government when asked for comment. Well, that's what they did. They contacted the FAA. They're part of the government. And you directed them to another part of the government? Okay. On Tuesday, the FAA issued a temporary flight restriction over 5 nautical miles east of Area 51, says 8 News Now. The restrictions, which covers airspace near Highway 375, was put in place for reasons of national security. The TFR advised pilots to avoid the area unless they receive specific authorization from the FAA. The restrictions were set to remain in effect until October 1st. That is today. Meanwhile, 45 minutes away at Nellis Air Force Base, also near Area 51, an unidentified person opened fire at the base's main gate on Wednesday, prompting a forceful response from the security personnel. And I'm glad the Independent UK mentioned this. The authorities say the suspect started shooting towards the gate around 11:30 a.m. before being confronted by security forces, which we assume they challenged him to a rock-off, where they challenged, we assumed. When the individual aimed his weapon at the responding officers, they returned fire, striking him in the leg. Initial reports indicate that the civilian was behaving erratically and initiated contact with multiple shots from a firearm. While they mentioned that, they did not jump to any speculation. If they did, I don't even know if they asked, are the two incidents linked in any way whatsoever? They're not getting any response. Or if they were told, it's off the record.
I would also like him to report on who won that rock contest.
Well, obviously, the officers, the guy who lost is the guy who went to the hospital, obviously. Those guys are still at the gate drinking coffee, talking about the guy they had shot. So they're going to tell that story for years.
That's right. And then the guy actually put his gun down and went over to lift a rock.
Hey, go pick up that rock.
Okay.
So,
but I did find the post on the Nellis Air Force Base Facebook page.
Yeah, I'm curious about
that. It just says main gate and visitor control center closure. Main gate and visitor control center will be temporarily closed on Wednesday, the 24th September, until further notice. I was wondering, would they refer to themselves as Area 51 in any way, shape, or form?
I don't think they do that. We do that. That's the name we call them.
By the way, you don't call us, we call you. The Nellis Air Force Base Facebook page is pretty hopping.
Yeah?
There's all sorts of activity on here.
Wow. They posted memes?
This is not memes. They use it as a true information conduit for a lot of people. I guess it is a primary place to post emoji and pictures of stuff.
Can you post that link in the carrot shop? I'd like to take a look at that later. Yeah. I wonder if you use it as like a modern day number station.
I don't think you're going to get useful information out of it unless this is all very, very cleverly constructed content to hide messages within it.
Well, I rarely get useful information anywhere. So, but when it comes to like theories, Crushing, if we have to hypothesize some crazy theories about these two seemingly unrelated events, okay? First, we have the crazy shooter. Erratic shooter, I should say, and then we have the crash of a mysterious aircraft that the FAA have put in flight restrictions, and that whole area was cordoned off until today, like 7 days later. Whatever they needed time to do, they needed 7 days to clean up this national security threat or wreckage. So hypothetically, these two incidents are connected. So
I suspect they were waiting for their mail order passports to arrive so they could just throw that on the top of the wreckage.
That would be very helpful, but they didn't have that. So here's some theories. There was a contamination breach.
Okay.
The incident at Area 51 wasn't just an aircraft issue. It involved something escaping, whether it was an experimental drone, exotic tech, or even non-human. The gunman at Nellis may have been attempting to break in or distract forces while something else was moved off base. There was it was a coordinated effort. It was just poorly timed. Number 2 theory, witness suppression. The civilian shooter, the guy who couldn't lift that rock, could have been a local who witnessed the flying craft incident and was silenced and or discredited by orchestrating his erratic behavior. The two events were staged to bury a leak, possibly. I could see them making up the story that this guy was acting erratic and they shot him when in fact maybe he never had a gun in the first place and he did maybe witness something that he wasn't supposed to see. But at that point, why wouldn't you just kill the guy as opposed to just shooting him in the leg? And then theory 3 is a PSYOP synchronization. Both events were engineered as a stress test. Air Force testing its rapid response coordination between Area 51, Creech, and Nellis all at the same time. One incident in the skies, one civilian threat on the ground, gauging readiness under simultaneous anomalies happening, which is possible. I kind of like a number 1. Like there's something going on. This guy may have been civilian, but it doesn't mean he wasn't like a contractor. He could have been a civilian contractor, and he was going in to extract revenge, or they took something away from him, and he wanted to get back on the base. And then next time we boom, there's a crash. And this guy's probably working on a project. That's what I'm guessing. He's like a Bob Lazar.
What if it was a multifaceted where you had somebody or something trying to escape and he was going to pick them up and drive them off base?
I like that theory. Like he was waiting, probably in his 1992 Plymouth Laser, waiting to pick somebody up and say, hey, I'll meet you at this coordinate. If I don't see you, I'm storming the gates, man. I gotta get you. And if I got to take people out, I will. But it didn't work out like that. These plans rarely work out very well unless you're really well trained.
By the way, I'm not sure if you dug into it too much. I did find a local news story with video.
Oh, yeah.
If you want the local news story of the mysterious crash.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm kind of interested to see what they say about it. Okay, local news. Here we go. I do like local news. Let me see if I can bring this up on screen.
Our 8 News Now investigators learning about a, quote, incident involving a military aircraft outside of Area 51. A spokesperson for Creech Air Force Base saying this involves one of their aircraft staff at the base administrator. Drones there, records from the FAA showing pilots are prohibited from flying in an area in Lincoln County for national security reasons. A website our George Knapp has profiled that tracks activity involving Area 51 says a drone crash, but we have not confirmed that. Representatives for the Air Force and the FAA declined to provide additional information other than saying no one was hurt.
Okay. All right. Except that guy they shot in the leg the day before.
No one was hurt.
Yeah.
Not something wasn't hurt.
Yep. So I just wanted to bring that up. It's an anomaly, and but we'll move on here, people. We're gonna saunter on to some more stories.
Saunter.
Yeah, the music I have is very saunteresque.
Very saunterish.
Yes.
Yeah, it was sauntery.
It was very saunterish. All right, here's the headline here, people. First an AI actor, now an AI director. Italian producer Andrea Lavanino unveils featured helm by virtual tour.
Oh, really?
Yes. In a week in which an AI actor got the industry talking, Italian producer has unveiled what he claims to be the first film helmed by a virtual director. The producers whose credits include Ferrari and To the Bone announced the Sweet Idleness, which is overseen by Fellini AI, an artificial intelligence director conceived to celebrate the poetic and dreamlike language of great European cinema.
How can you have an AI director that's going to be couldn't you argue that any multi-shot or multi-clip AI video you put together is going to have AI as its director? So how can they say this particular AI is putting together films on this in the general style of great European directors?
Well, I guess they filmed him a bunch of crappy, boring European art house films, and he's going to reproduce
Two people sitting in a room for 45 minutes, and then a man comes in, hands them a letter, and leaves.
Sounds good.
2 Oscars.
Yeah. Exactly, 2 Oscars. So they said that with this guy acting as is human in the loop. So the producers act as a human in the loop, a supervisor and a producer who guides and monitors the technology.
What?
So with this movie, The Sweet Idleness imagines a future world in which only 1% of humanity still works, transforming labor into a symbolic ritual, while the rest of the population lives in the freedom and leisure provided by machines. The logline states that the last workers become the final masks of a humanity that resists the insolence of labor. That's a hell of a slug line there.
The workers control the means of production. Wasn't that the basic underlying story behind, what was the Disney movie with the robot and Trash Planet?
Oh, yeah, WALL-E.
WALL-E, thank you. That all its people there just became giant gelatinous blobs of goo, just going to Walmart every day and drinking Slurpees and stuff.
Yeah, it's not that far off. There's definitely elements of similarities between the two. In fact, Disney should sue this AI director.
They should sue their pants off this AI director.
Well, the AI director comes,
you mentioned it in there. There's still humans in there having to do all the work.
They got to produce. They're producing. You know,
you're just guiding. You're guiding the process. Mike.
So they're just prompting.
Their steady hand.
They're prompting over and over and over again until they get the scene.
No, do it again.
Yeah,
do it again.
That's pretty much all they are. They're just using electricity.
Oh, that's what we need. If we're going to have AI movies, which we are eventually, we're going to have full-blown AI movies. There should be some sort of like a carbon score. How many polar bears were killed to make this movie.
I think that might be like it took 13 carbon credits to make this AI actor, and it takes X amount of carbon credits to make this AI movie. And then you can charge people carbon credits based upon that. That's exactly what they're going to do, Creech. Stop memeing this into existence. It's already happening.
Stop giving them ideas.
The AI director comes amid a spirited debate about Tilly Norwood, an AI actress being circled for representation by talent agents. You can
an AI actress
is being courted by talent agents.
How does that work?
Deadline first broke the news about the interest in Norwood, the AI actress, who was created by actor and technologist Elaine van der Velden. The development sparked a backlash from the acting community, with the likes of Emily Blunt and SAG-AFTRA voicing concern. Yeah, SAG-AFTRA believes creativity is and should remain human-centered. The union is opposed to the replacement of human performers by synthetics. Interesting term.
Damn synthos.
They're called clankers.
What's the current one floating around?
Clankers.
Clankers.
They're clankers.
Yes. They should have thrown that in there as a slur.
They really should. Really demean these things.
We don't want your kind around here, clankers.
To be clear, Tilly Norwood is not an actor. It's a character generated by a computer program that was trained on the work of countless professional performers without permission or compensation. It has no life experience to draw from, no emotion, and from what we've seen, audiences aren't interested in watching computer-generated content untethered from a human experience. Well, they haven't seen WALL-E, have they? People love that.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure those are called cartoons, and people love them.
People love animation. People love computer graphics and stuff like that. I don't know if like a full movie made with that tries to replicate it. I don't know if that goes over very well, but they'll do it. It's happening, people. So there we go. We got the Hollywood up in arms, and I would say rightfully so. Rightfully so. But this AI thing is not going away, and I'll bring up this this kind of like techie article about AI because I read tech articles. Okay,
you nerd.
I know. This is from the Codesmanship blog. This is called the comprehension debt, the ticking time bomb of LLM generated code. That's LLM is the large language models, AI people.
Oh, I see. So they're going to say that because so many people are using this to put together their crummy scripts and programs, their applications, but they don't understand the underlying libraries or structure of how to write the application, that eventually we're going to reach a point where so much of it is built on other semi-auto-generated scripts and things that it's going to cause major problems, and no one's going to be able to fix it because they can't get to the underlying source code because it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
I don't got to really read the blog now.
How close was I?
It's pretty close.
Okay.
And so this is what it says. So when teams produce code faster than they can understand it, it creates what I've been calling a comprehension debt. If the software gets used, then the odds are high that at some point that generated code will need to change. The AI boosters will say we can just get the tool to do that, and that might work 70% of the time. But for those of us who have experimented a lot with using LMs for code generation and modification, know that there will be times where the tool just won't be able to do it. And he goes on to say, doom loops, when we go around in circles trying to get the LLM or a bunch of different LLMs to fix a problem that just doesn't seem to be able to do, are an everyday experience using this technology. Anyone claiming it doesn't happen to them has either been extremely lucky or is fibbing. And I agree. You get into these doom loops with these, because either you're not prompting correctly or it's wildly complicated, or it forgot what it just did. It created a bunch of files for you. It's going to be a nightmare scenario. And I said this, I think last year, maybe a year and a half ago, is that CEOs they're going to try to get rid of people and replace them with LLMs or AI, and it will be just good enough. And everything will look great for the CEOs in the companies and their bottom line for a few years until their software starts to break down, and then they have to hire engineers back, and the engineers are going to go, I don't understand any of this gobbledygook. We have to rewrite everything, and it'll cost them even more money, and it'll be quite an economic downturn. It's just going to be a nightmare. So,
or it'll be an economic boon for all the people who get new jobs.
For some engineers, yeah. But there will be a slowdown and then maybe a sharp increase. So, it's good, but it's not that good. It's okay, but it's a ticking time bomb. And so think about those AI directors and actors. It's like they're going to get into a loop. They're going to strike it big with an AI movie, Gretchen. Like, it's going to do huge numbers. People are going to love it. And then they're going to try to do it again, and it's going to fail, and it's going to fail and fail. Like, they struck gold once, and then they're going to continue to do it over and over again. And for whatever, that prompt magic that worked that one time, they just couldn't recapture it again. And that happens sometimes, and there is a luck of the draw with some of this stuff.
Well, because it's randomly generated. That's the frustration. You make your funny picture, you make your funny song, whatever, and you try to go back and change one part of it, and maybe and they've gotten better, and they will actually make that change, and then they will break a bunch of other things.
Yeah, it's a bit of a crapshoot sometimes, where it is a mystery box, and you want just one thing changed, but then there's unintended consequences to it all.
Balls.
Yeah,
everything's balls.
Everything's balls.
I guess, speaking of AI, I don't know if you have anything on the new ChatGPT video generator, which does kind of like was it the Google one that came out this summer, where it'll do,
I think it was called VO. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was all the rage.
Right, because it'll do video synced with audio, so you can do music videos or speaking parts or whatever. And one of the things that ChatGPT said, or OpenAI, I guess is better, more accurate, what OpenAI said was about their version, specifically about movies, that you can then, through appropriate prompting, insert yourself or your friends or whatever into any movie that you want to be in, and it can render that as a scene to have you and your friends now inserted into Star Wars or
Good.
whatever.
That's what I want. Yeah, this is what it should be used for. I want to be in Die Hard. I want to be Mr. Falcon, and I want to be with John McClane up there in those docks and having a good time.
Yes, I was wrong about you.
You're not such a rascal after all.
No, you were right. Just your kind of rascal.
Yeah, you're my kind of rascal.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Mr. Falcon was the bad guy, though.
No, but in my version, we're going to be friends. I'm totally changing the ending to all Die Hard.
He's landing his plane in a snowstorm to come take you to Candy Island.
So he's landing that plane to deliver gifts to needy children.
That's right, he's Santa Claus.
Yeah. It is a Christmas movie, after all. We'll move on here. We'll get some more articles to get to. There's some big pet news. Big pet news.
Is it big news about pets or news about big pets?
Financial news about any size pet that you want.
The smaller the pet, the more expensive.
Yeah. Let's see here. Do you have a pet, Gretchen? Do you own pets?
We do not have pets.
No. Okay.
Pass.
We have pets. We have pets here. We're a big pet family at this house, this homestead here. But this article has a very interesting headline: why many Americans fear that they can't afford pets anymore.
I'm upset by this.
And I'm wondering if this is a real thing. America is a dog-loving country, a pet-loving country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I wouldn't, I guess, never entered into my my thoughts like, oh, people just won't have pets if they're hard times. But a recent report points us to a sobering conclusion. Maybe pets are only for the rich. 1 in 5 American pet owners carry at least $2,000 in pet debt, according to a June survey of 1,000 American pet owners commissioned by MetLife Pet Insurance. 1 in 7 experience pet poverty, struggling to meet their own basic needs while also caring for a pet. I might be in pet poverty, and I don't even know it, Gretchen.
Yeah, how do they define that? What does that mean?
Well, you're struggling to eat, and so is your dog. I guess eat the dog. But that's not good. We don't like to do that here in America.
It's just people spending wildly too much on their pets.
It's possible. They say here the lifetime cost per pet can reach roughly $32,000 for a cat and nearly $35,000 for a dog, according to a recent report from Rover.
Right, I'm gonna have to do some numbers. $32,000 for a
cat and $35,000 for a dog. Oh, I guess we're talking about food. We're talking about water. We're talking about pet visits or vet visits. It seems awfully high, but you can spend a lot of money on pet food.
Well, and if you break it down, $32,000. Let's say a cat lives 15 years.
Yep.
It's $2,133 a year. By 12 months is $175 a month. That's actually probably not far off, it's probably a little high, but if you're taking into account vet bills and things that come up, they're not a regular occurrence, but they come up on occasion. I could see someone spending $2,000 a year on a pet.
Well, how many years does your average dog live for?
2?
Depends on the breed, but
maybe 4?
5.6, I think is the average.
I think 5.6 is probably pretty close, but nearly. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if what did they say the number was for dogs? It was
35.
Cats.
35.
35 for dogs. So to your point, you get the little yappy dogs for people who should have a cat but are too embarrassed to go get a cat, and so they get a little yappy dog. Just get a cat, people. And that will live for 15, 17, 20 years, whatever. Then you've got your big dogs, which only live 7 or 8 years or less. So.
Well, it says that, if you're going into having a pet and don't give serious thought about costs, you're doing yourself and your pet a disservice. Yeah, most people don't think about the long. They just want, they see the cute doggy and they want it. And hopefully you have a nice life with you and your dog companion. And that's all. And then you find a way to make it work. You find a way to feed your dog and yourself, and everyone's happy. You got a companion, and that's fantastic. Like when I got a dog, Bogey, in like 2011, I was poor. Barely could afford rent. Barely could afford bills. I was in massive debt. And I got a dog because I've always wanted to have a dog. And I'm so glad I did. And it never once crossed my mind that I wouldn't be able to afford pet food or something like that. And I was like selling guitar amplifiers and my Nintendo DS, everything. I was selling everything I had just to pay for bills. But it never crossed my mind to not get the dog. I really wanted.
And that was for Bogey?
That was for Bogey. I'm so glad.
And how long did you have Bogey?
14 and a half years.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Bogey was, if you want to think of it that way, Bogey was a good investment.
Yeah, he was a great dude. Well worth every penny I spent on him, all the treats, irreplaceable for me. So, yeah, well worth it.
Now, you did itemize those and then submit those as deductions on your taxes.
Right? Oh, I built them. I built Bogey. I built Bogey. Room and board.
Still out there. There's a little piece of paper out there. It still says you owe.
Yeah. But, some people, they don't have great experiences. Like if you ever were in a relationship and you have a dog, your partner that you're dating has a cat, sometimes it doesn't always work out. No, at the time when my wife and I started dating, she had a cat, Mr. Mustache, and I had Bogey. They did not get along.
No, you had to separate them in the house, if I recall.
We did. They lived in different areas. Bogey was pretty much downstairs in South Korea, and Mr. Mustache was upstairs in North Korea. And they live like that, and they manage. But we worked it out. Not a lot of couples get the chance to do that. As per this example, newlywed couple seeks divorce because their pets are not getting along.
Oh, really?
Yes, a young couple in India has initiated divorce proceedings after repeated failed attempts to get their pets, a dog and a cat, to get along in their family home. According to sources from the family court, an unnamed couple initially bonded over their love for animals, became friends, and later got married. So it is a little more than a little ironic that the love for their respective pets may be what breaks them apart. After tying the knot in December of 2024, the couple moved in together, and that's when things started going south. The wife said her husband... Is
that a picture of the actual dog and cat, or is that just...
I think that's just a file photo right there. It's what they want to have happen, because we see a very cuddly puppy and then a very dominant-looking cat. Like, that cat is showing...
that puppy's just looking for an opportunity, though.
Nah, that cat's got that situation under control. That cat is not worried about that. So the wife said that her husband's dog harassed and even attacked her cat repeatedly, which does happen. Bogey did attack Mr. Mustache on several occasions.
Uh-oh.
Well, he claimed he made it clear before marriage that the woman would not bring her pets when they moved in together, adding that her cat would hover over the fish tank, creating tension in the house. Well, this is the first time we're hearing about the fish. This is a new element to the relationship.
Yeah, what the fish have to do with it?
Yeah, come on.
The fish was the instigator.
The cat is staring at the fish, and he's really living it up. The dog does not like that at all. This dog's house. He moved into the dog's house, so the dog likes the fish, so he's going to attack the cat.
So in this situation, the dog is let's just say Europe.
Yes,
and the cat is the Middle East.
Pretty much.
The fish is Israel.
Okay. I think that's a good enough analogy for me. That sounds like a good piece of album artwork for the podcast, if we can do that.
Well, how am I going to draw Israel as a fish?
You just do the prompt. You let the LLM figure it out. Israel's a fish.
I've hired a producer to guide and craft the process.
Israel's a fish. Europe's the cat, and who's the dog?
Europe.
Okay. Well, the woman refused to give up her cat and kept accusing her husband, her husband's dogs, of being aggressive. The husband sided with the canine companion, claiming that it was his wife's pet that was causing the problem. That dirty cat.
I'm telling you, that fish is manipulating this whole story.
You're probably right. The couple was referred to counseling several times, and their relatives tried to broker some time for reconciliation, but the two newlyweds continued to side with their respective pets, ultimately citing irreconcilable differences as grounds for divorce. So family court officials noted that this unusual case illustrated the profound problem of growing emotionally dependent on animals amid growing social isolation. So there you go, people. Pets are great, but you got to work out these details before you move in. There's going to have to be pet supremacy at some point, like who's really like. You can make it work. This guy was just looking for a way to get out of there. He didn't like living with her. That's it. He's just using his pet as an excuse. But we'll move on and let's do some paranormal news, Gretchen. I got some strange topics. Really strange topics. Okay?
All right.
These might be the strangest topics. I know we all wonder what happens after we die. Don't we? I think we do.
Yeah, I think so.
It's one of those big questions in life. Some people
say come back as a fish.
Maybe harassing cats and dogs, pitting one against the other. But this comes from the Washingtonian. What happens after we die? These UVA researchers are investigating it. Yes, when our bodies perish, can our consciousness persist? At the University of Virginia, researchers are searching for answers one near-death experience at a time. Well, it's good that university-level scientists are finally investigating this phenomenon that has been reported for, well, as long as I can remember, probably hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, when it comes to reincarnation. And near-death experiences in Western civilization for quite a long time. So this is written in a very crappy way, but I'll do my best. at the eastern edge of downtown in Charlottesville, past the red brick pedestrian mall with its bookstore and fudge shops and a bustling guitarist. Beyond the innocuous or beyond the incongruously modern amphitheater, just as the road begins to slope downhill towards the train tracks and then outward to Monticello, sits an utterly nondescript condo building. Boy, they're really painting a picture here, Cratchit. This article sucks.
This dude gets paid by the word.
Yeah, obviously. This is horrible. But this is what it is. And I'll do my best to summarize this, okay? We're going to get through this because I'm really curious to see what they're finding.
Is this image here? Is this too like pedestrian? You need something more going on here.
Yeah, I'm not really getting Israel out of that fish. It's a good picture. It is. But I'm not really getting Israel out of that fish and that cat. Can we get a beret on that cap so he kind of looks more like European and maybe have the fish wear a yarmulke? That'd be nice if we could do that.
See how quickly I get banned from ChatGPT.
That's the best we can do there. Let's see. I'll get back to this article here. So here. The door handle turns and wiggles. Upstairs were researchers that I'd come to see. Inside the office there's lined with heavy bookshelves, a wide wooden desk scattered with papers and research journals. They've devoted their careers to one of life's biggest questions: what happens when we die? Well, the short answer, no one really knows. But the scientists at the Division of Perceptual Studies, or DOPS, are doing their best to find out. Founded in 1967, a 14-person group investigates the relationship between life and death, mind and brain, and a tantalizing, albeit woo-woo possibility that when our physical bodies perish, our consciousness persists. Why is that woo-woo? There are so many stories of reincarnation, out-of-body experiences, even like remote viewing, astral projection, any one of those topics that underscores that it's no longer really like woo-woo that far out there. It's just that they can't explain what the heck's going on. Because they haven't explained consciousness yet. They can't figure out consciousness. So I don't know how they're going to figure out this part. So what are they learning? So here's what they're learning. Common elements in the near-death experiences include out-of-body sensations, movement through tunnels of light, encounters with beings or deceased loved ones, altered sense of time, or heightened senses. You can sense everything everywhere all at once. So there's cultural, religious, and personal backgrounds play a role in how these experiences are interpreted or described. For instance, tunnel versus well imagery differs because of your cultural background. Some experiences defy easy explanation, like accounts of seeing a surgeon's action during anesthesia. You're knocked out, so they can't figure it out. But there's multiple reports of people being able to describe the operating room that they're in. They can see the back of the light fixtures. They can describe all these intricate details that they would, in theory, should never know anything about because they're knocked out on the table. So this scientific group sometimes cross-checks testimonies with medical records or staff to validate unusual observations. And what do you got there, Cratchit? What do you have? You got something special over there?
I do.
So let's take we'll take a brief break. Okay, that's the winner right there.
I need to work on the cat a bit, but
okay, that's a good one. Okay, if it was in square format, I could use it right away. Can you do it in a 1-by-1 ratio so I can use that as the podcast? Thank you. While you work on it, I'm gonna finish this real quick. So, their conventional theories are low oxygen drug effect or surges in brain activity. Like that's what they come up with. They've examined those, but remain that theory is insufficient to remain or to explain all these out-of-body experiences. And just because you pump your brain full of drugs or have low oxygen doesn't mean you're going to get an out-of-body experience. So they said when it comes to like the survivors of these near-death experiences, they describe that they've had a profound change in their worldview. A good number of these people, they don't fear death like they once did. They have a stronger sense of connection or spirituality, a stronger connection to the world and their family, and they wind up reordering their life's priorities. Not unlike that story we read with Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye from Avengers, when he had his near-death experience. He was quoted as saying, like, he was happy to be free of the confines of his body, and he was actually disappointed that he had to come back and live. I wrote a whole AI song about this. It's a real good song. But they go on to say with the study that sharing these experiences can be difficult at times, but because these experiences make them feel isolated. They don't know anybody else with these near-death experiences, but through finding people online, they can find some sort of connection with people that have had other experiences like this. So, but the short answer is they don't know what is going on. Since 1967, they still don't know what this is all about.
We don't know what's happening.
God knows how much money they spent on this. But that's it. And they're not saying it here, but it all comes down to consciousness. They still don't know why consciousness arises or how it arises. So they're having once they figure that out, they might be able to figure out near-death experiences. So
I do like the description of the different types of near-death experience, like the tunnel versus some of the other scenarios that people see, just kind of as a cataloging.
Yeah, and I like that they're taking into account cultural background, and it sounds like they need to broaden their horizons, and they need to start dipping into Jack Valet territory when it comes to encountering strange creatures. So, and by the way, great. This is a great piece of artwork right there.
I don't know, is the cat or is the fish too much giving it away there?
Yeah, it's very devious, pulling the strings. Yeah. We know what's going on there. There we go. We'll move on. So no answers, life after death.
Yeah, I want to hear from Bigelow on that. I know he's big into that.
Yeah. I have a quote from him. This is what he said.
Hey, yo.
He said, hey, yo, to everyone out there studying near-death experiences.
Someone chased down Robert Bigelow for a quote. That's what he says.
Hey, yo.
I don't
While
get
he's
it.
standing by the gate of the Air Force Base for someone to smash through and pick him up.
Here are some other weird headlines. So here's a headline. An asteroid might be headed for the moon in 2032. Should we nuke it? And this is
the moon? Yes. Screw that moon. What's it done for
the
us?
asteroid. This comes from NBCnews.com. They're asking if we should nuke asteroids.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
What else are we doing with it?
Yeah. If it's going to hurt the moon, because I love that thing, let's get rid of that.
I just mean in general.
Oh.
Let's do it.
Actually, what's the asteroid made of? Because what you really want to do is you want to get out there with a solar sail. You want to land on the asteroid. You want to slow it down. You want to get that thing into orbit, and you want to get up there and mine it because it's coming with hundreds and hundreds of billions or trillions of dollars of minerals. So then we'd just be rich.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I'm sure Elon would love to do that.
That's right. That's his long game plan.
It is his long-term plan right there. Let's see here. I don't know if they say what it is, but asteroid known as 2024 YR4 is estimated to have a 4% chance of.
Sucks.
Well, it does suck. Has an estimated chance of 4% of hitting the moon in 2032. I'm sorry, 2032.
Oh,
this stuff sucks.
Let's see here. To avoid creating a potential dangerous debris field, one option is to nuke the asteroid, according to the paper.
Just for fun. So they literally tried that in there was a movie called Meteor with Sean Connery and who else was in that? Where there was a big asteroid coming and they just shot a bunch of missiles at it.
Well, they tried
their whole plan.
Didn't they try it in Deep Impact? Didn't work in Deep Impact. It was coming straight for Earth. And they also tried it in Armageddon, starring Bruce Willis.
Yeah, but that's where they went up there and drilled holes and then put the bomb in it.
Yeah, they did it right. That's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they did. So
I don't think this one. Their plan to nuke it, I don't think is really fully thought out here.
Let's nuke the bastards.
That wasn't about an asteroid, or was it?
They say here, if the explosion is not big enough, you're just going to create a debris field. Okay, well, that sounds fun, too. You can get rings. That's cool. Rings around the planet. That'd be fun.
Or you do it completely wrong, and now you just have like 8 or 10 big chunks that hit the Earth. Good job, idiots.
Well, smaller to collect, too. That might be a little bit more easier to put in the back of your space vehicle. So who knows? But we do have
Sean Connery, Carl Malden, Martin Landau, Natalie Wood, Richard Dysart, even, and Henry Fonda.
Sounds like a terrific movie.
It was not.
Oh. Well, here's some more headlines here. Trump's crackdown on sanctuary cities yields a few tangible results, according to, I think, CBS.
According to the people who have been hiding crime for the last 10 years. Yeah. I'll get right on that.
So, in some more weird news here, the that 3I Atlas asteroid that's coming?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, Avi Loeb, the guy, the Harvard professor, who is proposing that this thing is possibly artificial, he says that this 3I Atlas may have been the source of the wow signal we detected not that long ago.
Oh, all right.
So this thing is flying in. It's sending out signals. It's making friends. This is what
that the sound of it. That was the sound of it shifting gears.
The wow signal.
Yeah,
it could have been. I don't know. He hasn't said anything yet. Maybe he'll say in this article here. Maybe maybe it was.
There was
actually.
Also, I don't know if you have it. If you don't, I'll dig it up. There was Michio Kaku was on some show talking about 3I Atlas as well. I don't know if you pulled that or not.
I have not, but if you can find it, that'd be great. So astronomers have been listening out, I guess, have been listening for extraterrestrial signals for years, but one case, that one of the strange signal picked up by a school telescope in Ohio here at the Ohio State University over 40 years ago, has long remained one of the most tantalizing and perplexing examples ever recorded, originating in the globular cluster of M55. That's a good one.
It's a terrible cluster. It's all messy over
And how close is that? Is that close to Betelgeuse?
Betelgeuse.
Yeah, I don't know where Betelgeuse is at, but
actually, so globular is a funny name. And didn't we have remote viewing about 3I Atlas? And they said that one person described it as being like slimy or goopy or spongy or something.
They did, yeah.
Betelgeuse.
No, I gotta figure out where.
Betelgeuse.
I mean, that's a great movie too, but we're not talking about movies right now. But so, originating from globular cluster M55 in the constellation of Sagittarius, the peculiar signal lasted approximately 72 seconds. Astronomer Jerry Eman, who was the first to examine the computer readout, famously wrote the word "wow" on the page.
Whoa!
No, I don't think whoa, but wow.
That was a quote. Whoa.
Although most experts have since dismissed the signal as naturally occurring, the specific surroundings its source have remained a topic of debate for decades. Now, Harvard's Avi Loeb has written a new piece in which he suggests that 3I Atlas visitor might actually be the originator of the mysterious signal.
Whoa!
And that's an interesting idea. I like that he's just throwing out ideas left and right. He's really generating a lot of press for himself. According to his findings, back in 1977, when the wow signal was first received, 3I Atlas was situated in the same approximate direction as the origin of the signal. Hence, the wow signal was separated by approximately 4 degrees in RA and 8 degrees in December from the direction of 3I Atlas, he wrote. The chances of 2 random directions in the sky being aligned to this level is around 0.6%. And beyond all that, we have another interstellar planetary body coming into the solar system now, Gretchen. It's not just 3.
That's too many. We need to start charging rent.
It's getting pretty crowded around here. Mm-hmm. But there's a new interstellar object. So let's see, interstellar object. I forget what it's called.
Steve?
Not Steve. They would be great.
Big Jim Tucker.
Why don't they name asteroids like that?
Yeah.
They name big storms and hurricanes and tropical depressions. They give them names based on the alphabet. They do the same thing with asteroids. I know someone's going to say, well, there's too many of them. They're given names based on numbers and directions in which they were found. I get it. But if Big Jim Tucker was coming this December through the solar system,
people would pay attention.
Way more people would be paying attention to that.
Big Jim Tucker.
Here comes Big Jim Tucker. You can see it in the sky. I forget the name of the newest one. Maybe you can find it, but it apparently is in a very similar trajectory as 3I Atlas. And it's not
hiding behind.
I know, it's just like it's coming in at a different angle, but it's still meandering like that too. So something goofy's going on here, and we'll find out here. It's October now, people. So I think 3I Atlas is going to get closest to Earth mid-October, maybe late October. So we'll find out pretty soon. Yeah, pretty soon here, just in time for Halloween candy.
It's gonna do a low flyby and drop off candy.
Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, someone's at the door right there. Yeah. Oh, where's my trick or treat?
Trick or treat.
There we go.
Where's Nancy?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's see here. So, as things stand, however, there is no evidence to suggest that 3I Atlas poses any sort of threat. Okay. Well, we don't know. We better act as though it does. Okay. So, it's not too concerning, people, but it does sound a little concerning. Let's see here. I do have something on like the Carolina Pale Crawler, like a rake. Not like the tool, but like the creepypasta stuff. Maybe I'll save that for Saturday, because everything I looked into it about this weird Carolina creature, people were saying it's a hoax, it's not real, but just because it's a hoax doesn't mean it's not an interesting, fun story. So maybe Saturday.
Yeah, people like the creepypasta stuff.
And I think there's a good angle there that we could talk about. But this is the last one I'll bring up, Gretchen, and then we'll throw it over to you. This is sent in, and hopefully you did not have this one. So police are searching for the Barrington Pisser after TikTok account surfaces.
Okay.
So, Barrington Police, I believe this is over there in the UK, are trying to track down a person who has been posted.
It says it's East Bay, Rhode Island at the top.
Oh, it's Rhode Island?
Well, that's what it says on the top.
Damn, okay, this is close to home. I didn't realize this was like a homegrown story, but this is big news then. I didn't care so much if it was in the UK, but now I care. This is this is my backyard pretty much. Barrington Police are trying to track down a person who has been posting photos of himself urinating on the floor in various places across Barrington. He calls himself the Barrington Pisser, police said. This guy is he's trying to make a name for himself.
Yes.
Kind of like Penis Man out there in the Southwest.
Penis Man.
Police are notified.
Barrington Pisser has the same ring to it.
Hey, it's got an okay ring to it. But police were notified of the situation on Tuesday, September 23rd. A parent told police that she was looking at her son's phone and saw an account for another juvenile in town titled the Barrington Pisser. Police said it appeared that the local teenager had been posting photos of himself urinating at various spots in town, in Barrington High School hallways, in the Primrose High School playground, local restaurant restrooms, on the floors of the restrooms, not necessarily the urinals, and other locations.
Just wherever.
Yeah. It's not clear when the photos were posted to various social media accounts, including TikTok. But the Barrington police have called this deviant behavior. Police believe the suspect is a local high school student. They added that this also could be a prank. Police are...
Wait. What else would it be?
I don't know.
Unless they catch the kid and he says, no, it's a legitimate medical condition.
I have to do this. This is part of my... I have a doctor's note.
I have to do it.
I have a note from my doctor. Hey, this says Dr. Pepper.
Still valid. Police say the suspect could file charges, although it could also be handled as a conversation between police officers and the student and his parents. Drop your pants, son. Let's see it.
Depending on what vibes we get from your dad, is he going to whoop your ass? Or
yeah, pretty much that's it. Yeah. Police are still investigating. Anyone with information should contact police. Like I've heard stories of a similar account down in the Southwest. There's a guy named Penis Man. Have you heard of him? I bet they're working together. The Barrington Pisser and Penis Man. Like
so this
Batman and Robin.
Around, he's just peeing on the floor, uploading it to Tickety Talk.
Yeah.
But all over town.
Everywhere. Yeah, he likes to do it.
Have they been collecting samples? Do they have CSI involved?
I wouldn't see why not.
Added 2 more detectives to the case, get them working in shifts.
You certainly could. That'd be if they had this kind of time to like look into this. It's got to be a slow town, in Barrington. They don't have a lot of stuff going on there, so I guess they have all the time in the world to figure this out. So
I see them sitting around a table in the police station. The bell rings and somebody jumps up. It's like, we got a pisser.
It's the Barrington Pisser. I've heard about you. You're famous. You're famous around here. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Maybe this guy has a phobia of toilets. How about that?
That could be it. It could be as simple as that. Like he's got a phobia of toilets and.
Or some other phobia that makes him just have to go regardless of where he is. So he doesn't have time to get to the toilet.
I pooped in the potty. I did it. Pee on them. Yes, pee on them. Got a king cobra in the pants.
That's not really right.
I do want to point out, you read an entire story, and then we talked about it for about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
About somebody peeing, and you didn't drop a single piss drop.
Yes, pee on them.
Yeah, I was really into the story.
Piss.
There it is.
There we go. Okay, Creech, we're going to move over to you.
You call yourself the king of the piss army.
Nah, I know. I was slacking there. I need to lose some weight. Else I'm fired by Trump.
Give me back my son!
All right, let's see. Well, believe it or not, I have some animal news as well.
Right.
But both of the same kind of animal. Where's the other one here? There it is. When we covered this first one, we covered this, and there's a video for this one as well. Local, not local. This is a national news story. National news. But we covered this one 2 years ago or a year ago, and we'll ask Stan to fill us in on this one. But apparently in Alaska, there's all these people bet on which bear is going to get the fattest as they all gorge themselves on salmon before they hibernate.
We covered this last year, didn't we?
Was it last year? Yeah.
Yeah, this is a follow. I love this. Oh, my God. This is sad, though. There's a CBS News story.
Yes, there's national news about this.
Okay. Wow. I didn't realize this is a big story, but apparently
it's a big story.
This is a big story. It's pretty big news.
That's a huge piece of news.
Yeah, we're gonna get this going, people. Sorry, had to line up everything here.
Again, when the world turns its attention to some of Alaska's biggest celebrities, and we mean big, they're the brown bears out there. Fat Bear Week kicks off next week, and why conservationists say this is more than just a playful online vote. Last year's contest gathered more than 1 million votes from more than 100 countries. The winners of that competition, or I should say the winner, was a female brown bear named 128
Big Jim Tucker.
Razor. Congratulations to her. And here to explain more about the event and why it all matters is Sarah Bruce. She is a park ranger at the Katmai National Park and Preserve there in Southwest Alaska. Thank you very much for joining us to talk all about this. Okay, so I love this week. It's brought me so much joy, and I think we really need it these days. How did Fat Bear Week start? What inspired this?
Yeah, Fat Bear Week started in 2014, and it was originally just a one-day thing. The park ranger who started it is now with Explore.org. His name is Michael Fitz. And so he saw the difference between a bear in early season, late June and July, compared to the late season, September, that we're in now. And these bears, this is 128, she comes out of the den maybe 400, 500, 600 pounds, and then puts on about double that throughout the summer.
Damn.
So it's a really great way to kind of showcase these bears that we have in Southwest Alaska.
Yeah, she's living life well during summertime, as one should. So why, though, does Fat Bear Week matter? I know it does more than just bring us joy.
Absolutely. Katmai National Park is a very remote place.
They're spending
really
3 minutes, almost 4 minutes on these bears.
Fat Bear Week makes this park more accessible for folks who are unable to visit.
Insane.
It gets the national park into the living rooms of people all across the world. And yeah, it's a really great way to learn about the park. We put on a lot of educational content throughout the summer, as well as during Fat Bear Week itself.
Well, you could line up the hook that shit. We'll get on the news.
Let's fucking hook that shit, and we'll be on the fucking news, man. Learn about a place that, is protected.
I'm just laughing because I love seeing the images that we're playing right here of all these beautiful fat bears, living large and living great. Your park, though, as you mentioned, has that live camera where anyone can watch these bears catch and eat salmon to help fatten up even more. Why is it so important for people who don't understand for these bears to pack on this weight, and just how much are they gaining before hibernation?
She already said that, dummy.
Yeah, these bears, it's estimated that they can pack on maybe about 700 pounds or so. One of our larger bears they've used LiDAR scanning, which is more used in like civil engineering and things to get the volume of a building.
We got scientists out there with LiDAR.
Have been able to convert that volume measurement into mass. And these bears, estimated weight of 1,400 pounds. So they get super fat, and it's really important to get fat. A fat bear is a healthy bear.
What the hell?
And so they are eating about a year's worth of food within the span of 5 to 6 months. So,
what is it?
When they go into the hibernation, they're not eating anymore, so they survive on what they currently
600 pounds of men.
So, like you guys said, the winner of the Fat Bear contest, their prize is winning and surviving another winter season, which is the most difficult season for these bears.
That's a good prize, but I think maybe we could award them some extra salmon on the side or something like that. If you guys can give them an extra bucket.
They've had plenty of salmon this year.
I did have the enchilada.
Yes, they
spicy
do.
chili plate.
Sarah, Bruce, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Large bowl of hot chili. And I went all whole hog back then. I also had their macaroni and cheese. Okay, I'm really getting hungry now.
Sorry, people.
600 pounds of man.
600 pounds of man. Where is it's in my memes.
That's not enough.
And you got 3 men that weigh over 200 pounds apiece, 600 pounds of men.
So we just devoted 4 minutes to that.
And here comes 4 more.
Okay, here we go. I got to bounce you over there. Here we go.
Have you called a plumber to your home lately?
There's a plumber here right now. What's he up to? Oops, I got get this in the carrot shop for you. So here's another bear story, because why not? There's video of this one, of the bear committing the crime.
Oh, wow. Okay, so here we go. This is the headline right here. Bear runs loose in Arizona grocery store. Holy moly.
Look at these headlines.
Alex opened the show with this one.
I didn't know they had bears in Arizona, especially down in Tucson. That's I'm glad I got the heck out of there.
That's why you left.
Yeah,
20 bears.
I left because of the bear problem. Here we go.
Yeah. Are you sure? He went this way now.
Well, what if he's in a grocery store? He's just gathering food for winter. Oh, there he is. You guy, you little bear. Oh.
We got a bear.
That is.
Yes, a bear is in the store.
It is crazy.
Yogi bear.
What in the heck is going on?
Hey, take the video audio down a little bit.
Yeah, it stopped anyways.
You had to pump it up for an earlier one. This is obviously a young juvenile bear in the grocery store because it's bulking up for fat bear season up in Alaska. It's got a ways to go, though.
Yeah, a bear made an unexpected visit to Fry's grocery store in the Oro Valley this morning. Fry's is a big chain down there. I liked Fry's when I was down there. It's a nice grocery store.
Any way related to the Fry's family that ran the electronics store?
I believe so. One and the same. The bear entered the store briefly, causing a stir among shoppers and staff. Fortunately, no one was injured during the incident. What about the bear? Did he get the food that he wanted?
How much salmon did he eat?
A bear was reported.
Did they weigh him with LiDAR?
Yeah. How do we know? And how much is he gonna travel north for the salmon competition? Like,
how many scientists were involved?
The bear was reported last seen running towards Oracle Road. Okay.
Are they just going to let him go?
It's pretty hot out there for a bear, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I guess they're just going to let him do his thing. At least move him back to, like, Flagstaff. But that's where the bears belong.
Take him up to Alaska. Just leave him there.
Yeah, it seems pretty far south for a bear like that. But what do I know?
You live here now.
Yeah, I don't. I think we technically I think we have bears in certain parts of Ohio, and that scares me.
There's bears everywhere.
I can't get away from
country
these
bear jamboree around here.
Yeah, it is. All right, moving on. Come on. Tired of these bears.
I've had it up to here.
No more bear news, but if you recall a few weeks ago, we discussed that we were getting close to autumn, and autumn, of course, is the season where everything becomes pumpkin spiced.
Yes,
so we collected was it 5 pounds of pumpkin spice, and I believe that's on its way to Alaska.
I think Stan should have it at this point.
Stan, do you have? He's in the chat. Stan, do you have that pumpkin spice?
Here's a thumbs up. F's in the chat for pumpkin spice.
Well, we have to wait for him to respond to that because it takes a few seconds. But it turns out that there's much more going on. We joke about the pumpkin spice thing at Starbucks. Stan says he did receive the pumpkin spice.
4.5 pounds. Sorry.
What happened to that 5? What's that? Did you skim off the top?
No, I didn't. It must have been Amazon taking some off the top.
Oh, they want their cut. Daddy gets a cut of everything. Maybe it's the bears in Alaska. But we joke about pumpkin spice and Starbucks being the primary offender, that everything in fall suddenly becomes pumpkin spice in nature and flavor. And Starbucks is the big progenitor of that. Well, it turns out there's an entire secret society that Starbucks even encourages and supports that is all about these fall senses, these fall flavors and things. So it's very strange.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
So, here you go for this.
I'm intrigued now. The Starbucks Secret Society dedicated to all things fall. There's even a handshake.
I'm upset by this.
This is a little upsetting. I didn't know there was a secret society, and furthermore, we weren't invited.
Well, that's how it's a secret.
Yeah.
So otherwise, you'd come on and say, "Hey, so this week I got invited to a secret society."
Well, yeah, you shouldn't do that. They tell you not to do that. Well, here's the article here. Many of us lovers of backyard barbecues and gardening during summertime tend to get a little testy when someone starts getting excited about fall before the sun even has set on August. These folks thrive year-round on the thought of throwing on their comfy seasonal digs while enjoying a classic pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks. Understandably, some don't feel like they can adequately express their adoration of fall without those of us mourning summer's inevitable ending, disparaging them for celebrating their favorite season too soon. Well, it turns out some of these people banded together with like-minded souls several years ago in a secret society that embraces an unimpeded appreciation of fall all year round. That's quite a mouthful to kind of say that there's a bunch of lunatics that got together to celebrate pumpkin spice.
Hilarious.
Pretty much, yeah. That was the sixth Spice Girl was Pumpkin Spice.
Oh, they fired her though, or was she just too ugly? And she's big fat, always wear orange.
I was gonna say she only appears in the fall, but
I went the meaner route, I guess. She's an overweight lady, always wearing orange.
Wearing orange, blaze orange hunting gear, and keeps winning the fat bear contest.
See, there's a Midjourney image right there. Spice Girl with a sixth member being a very overweight lady dressed in orange. But plenty of folks are excited about Starbucks' fall menu featuring flavors of pumpkin and pecans this year. Yet none are quite as thrilled as the members of the Leaf Raker Society. Aha! They have a name. We can track them down.
Track them. Run them out of town.
Yeah. You don't think the Freemasons are upset that there's another secret society in town? These people are going to get offed. Mossad's after these guys.
Think they have midnight dance fights in the middle of the street with switchblades?
Probably something goofy like that. Kind of gay. Starbucks actually started a secret society with a subtle tweet in 2018 aimed at getting the attention of individuals who can't wait to break out of their sweaters and enjoy some of the company's fall-inspired goodies. Formed as a private Facebook group, the society has since expanded its social media footprint to Instagram, where members share pictures and videos. Well, we're going to have to see those videos. I think the FBI is going to want to take a look at those pictures you're sharing, too. But they claim they're showcasing their boundless infatuation with everything fall, especially Starbucks' famous seasonal delights. You know, in Facebook groups, they claim that it's for the secret society, but we know on Facebook groups, people often trade body parts. So there might be something dark and sinister behind the Leaf Raker Society. Could be raking up body parts in the ground, but we don't know. Baseless accusations. The loosely associated organization comes complete with a secret double rake handshake that allows members to recognize one another in real life. Well, I think Trump needs to designate the Leaf Raker Society as a terrorist organization.
Well, I'm sure if you were to do a Venn diagram of Leaf Raker Society and Antifa, they're pretty much almost a circle.
Mm-hmm. They have to intersect. The Leaf Raker Society and Antifa, they do intersect in some way. They have to.
Tippy top.
They're at the tippy top.
At the tippy top.
Yeah, the tippy top. They claim there's no leader. There's a leaderless organization. No way. They intersect at the tippy top. This is a long article. These people have a word count to get to, too. So all members of the Leaf Raker Society are encouraged to share fall-themed pics and ideas with fellow supporters. That's called propaganda and messaging. And this could
it's called staying on brand.
Any summer worshipping charlatans who sneak into the group with harsh words about leaf peeping or carving pumpkins will quickly be called out. So they run a tight ship over there. Moderators also aim to keep the posts wholesome and family-friendly by barring posts containing things like alcohol-related content or profanity. You just can't go in there and start cursing at these people. They don't like that.
What is leaf peeping?
It's when you go out and watch the leaves turn colors.
You fucking goddamn fucker.
Yeah, you can't.
Apparently, this is a legit thing. I just looked it up. In the dictionary, leaf peeper is a person who visits particular areas, especially in New England, to view the autumn foliage. So it's I've heard them referred to as leafers.
Oh.
You goddamn fucking piece of shit.
Well, that's how most people in New England treat the leaf peepers.
Yeah, I would imagine so, with utter contempt. The whole point is to have a space online where people from all walks of life can come together and share how they honor the fall season.
You piece of shit.
Alex is not on board.
He's not a Leaf Peeper.
Is this image too much? Did I go too far with that one?
That's pumpkin spice, I see. Yes. Yeah, I think that's pretty right on. Okay. Yeah. The sizable group of on Facebook boasting well over 40,000 members. That's an army. That's larger than the Arby's army, as I recall.
You need to get those people on a watch list.
Yeah, all these people need to be surveilled by the NSA and the FBI right now. The Instagram Fall Fan Club has fewer participants, with just over 2,300. Probably easier to infiltrate that one and gradually steer them to some nefarious purpose. Let's see here. And there's more than 100 individuals following the space, but it actually makes sense. Anyone who can follow the Leaf Breaker Society Instagram. So okay, cool. But Facebook it's much more private. It's invite only. Okay.
Yeah, so if you do, I did look for it. If you look for the Facebook group, it is a private group. You have to be, invited to enter their 40,000 members of Antifa people.
Is any of our listeners a part of the society, and is anyone willing to infiltrate? If not, let me know. I want to see what they talk about in there. I really am curious. If they have like an account on Blue Sky, the whole group's compromised. This is all messaging. Like, now that Trump's basically outlawed Antifa, they're going to go form other groups, splinter groups.
The Leaf Breaker Society.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
It all smells like nutmeg and pumpkin.
It all sounds fun and, warm and cuddly until they're throwing Molotov cocktails, sipping on a Starbucks latte.
So recently, the whoever's running the social media accounts for Homeland Security has really been leaning into memes. Do you think we could meme this into reality, where we're now encouraging Homeland Security for autumn to be only using pumpkin spiced pepper balls in their paintball guns?
I would hope so. I found the Leaf Breaker Society on Twitter. They're on Twitter. They have 24 followers. Welcome to our page, Leaf Breakers, run by the moderators of the Leaf Breaker Society on Facebook, but not affiliated with Starbucks.
Yeah, you found some sort of fake group here.
Guess what? I'm following them right now. I'm keeping an eye on.
Start tweeting hashtag Leaf Breaker Society and everything I tweet. Just to confuse shit.
Pretty much. Follow them, people. Give them a follow out there. We got to get these people. Got to look after these people. Oh, look at this! They're doing a giveaway. Oh, there's still enough time for you to participate.
Does that say 2019 on it?
Oh yeah, it's long. Yeah, you're right.
Who won?
Unknown. It's probably some sort of embezzlement scam. Probably laundering money.
Long con. Everyone give $1, and at the end, we'll split the pot.
Yes. Well, it's interesting.
Doesn't count as gambling.
We uncovered a secret society, and I think it's way more nefarious than anybody. On the surface, it looks innocent, but there's something dark there. We need infiltrators. We need people to go inside and figure out what they're really talking about. Okay, Creech, we're going to move on. All right, here we go.
What are you going to do about it, asshole?
All right, let's see what we got here. We got... Oh, here we go. Got some Ohio news.
Oh. Hey, yo.
No, Ohio.
And I believe this has a local news story. Let me confirm. I think so.
All right.
And I'm like, whoa.
Got local news for you for some Ohio news.
I do like Ohio news. Well, I like Ohio news that's good news.
And this is Columbus even, so it's nearby.
Oh, my God. I think there's like a local news story on this.
There is a local news story about this.
Okay. All right. Oh, boy. Here we go. We're going to bring this up on the screen, people. ODOT tells Ohioans to quit stopping in the middle of the highway. Don't do that.
Despite multiple crashes and reminders, drivers in Ohio are still making some dangerous moves behind the wheel.
And they're deciding to get to their exits at the very last second. NBC4's Eric Halperin shows us it has been happening here in central Ohio and in other parts of the state, too.
The Ohio Department of Transportation says there is no excuse for this kind of driving. If you're close to missing your exit, ODOT is urging you to just take the next one. It'll be safer for you and everyone around you. Dangerous behavior on Ohio interstates.
There's no excuse for putting people in harm's way just so you can avoid maybe a 2 or 3 minute detour.
Just this month, a truck carrying watermelons came to a sudden stop on a highway in the Cincinnati area. The reason? A car slowed down and crossed several lanes of traffic to get to an exit they were about to pass.
A split second would have made a difference. If that truck driver's attention was on something not the road ahead, it would have been very, very differently.
Watermelons ended up all over the road, but ODOT's Matt Bruning says, luckily, no one crashed.
So there are a lot of lessons that we can learn from looking at some of these incidents.
It's not the first time in recent months ODOT has been reminding drivers not to make moves like this. In May, a driver in Columbus stopped in the shoulder, then moved over 3 lanes of traffic to make an exit.
Oh my gosh.
It caused a crash behind them.
These are things that are easily avoided.
Did they make their exit?
Yeah.
Just because you happen to be in the wrong lane and you don't have enough time to get over to your exit, again, just go to the next one. That's how we avoid these kinds of situations.
I got to get off right here.
And in April on 71 in Columbus, a moment which ended up going viral. A red van stopped in the middle of the highway just so they could get to the exit, also leading to a chain reaction crash.
This is embarrassing.
That driver left as well.
That was me.
Was found and charged.
We just need people to pay attention and drive responsibly. And that's not a hard ask. That's an easy fix, and it doesn't cost anything, but it could save lives, and that's what we're trying to do here.
And Bruning says this happens more. It's just these 3 situations were caught on ODOT's cameras. As we were driving on 315 today, there was a car in front of us which swerved at the last moment just to make an exit. Bruning says these situations also serve as good reminders to leave plenty of space between you and the cars in front of you. Local for you, I'm Eric Halperin, NBC4.
Boy, that's embarrassing for Ohio.
Well, you know what they say, bad drivers never miss their exit.
That is super embarrassing. And one thing about I will say this about Phoenix.
I like how they're out there reporting on it, and it happens right in front of them.
Yeah, it's like, but I personally have not encountered that, at least not that I remember. And I'm not down in Columbus a whole bunch, but there are some god awful drivers here in Central Ohio, no doubt about that. I will say about Phoenix wasn't like that. In Phoenix, people drive. They drive fast. They want to know where they got to get to where they're going quickly. In Ohio, there is a lot of meandering, and I could definitely see like this stuff happening.
Out for a Sunday drive.
Yeah.
And realize, oh, there's my turn right there. Here we go.
Now, I would hope police eventually pull these people over so we can get some sort of like profile. Like, what kind of people are they? Are they old people? Or are they just really young people? Are they not from here? Like, what is the common factor between all these people stopping in the middle road, causing an accident? Mm-hmm. Like we heard the story was a few months ago where there was a truck driver and he caused a huge wreck, killed a family because he just decided to do a U-turn, and that person was not even, I think, legally certified to drive a tractor trailer.
Well, there's been a lot of that. There's been a lot of companies handing out CDLs. A commercial driver's license for truckers who are not from the U.S., not familiar with laws of the U.S., some of whom can't read the road signs, and they behave, very differently to what you're expecting. So to your point, all of a sudden the truck slows down dramatically and tries to flip a U-turn in the middle of the interstate using one of those little the service pull-offs, which they always say, no U-turn, but of course, who cares? And another family drove into it. So,
frightening me in the chat saying he's seen more people drive around at night without their lights on. And
I've noticed that recently too, because a lot of cars now, they come with running lights that are on 24/7. Yeah. well, not on 24/7. They're on regardless when you're driving.
Yeah.
The running lights are on. But also that means your dash lights are on. So your dash lights are on, and you associate my dashboard lights are on, thus my headlights are on.
Yeah, I can see that. It's automation is the problem. Like you just don't double check. And yeah, I'm guilty of that too. You got your day runners on. You just kind of like expect them to be on all the time. But for this, stopping in the middle of the road, and the images that we saw, it's not like they were just one lane over. We saw multiple cars where they're a couple lanes over.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like that is like lack of teaching. Like not like so I gotta say, like, is it the young? Is it young people? I would have to say young, or they're not from America. Like, I hate to make those assumptions, but I think that's the only ones that make sense.
Well, I would say also that, to your point, and what do they call this? Coulter's Law, I think. That, to your point, they did not describe anything about any of these, any of the drivers. So, logically, you're starting to think, are they specifically not describing people for a reason?
Yeah, and I would imagine that they are.
It's a black dude with a ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that. I don't think it's a black dude in the ponytail. Probably not. And so I think it's either young people or they're not from here. But just my guess.
Either way, they're terrible drivers.
Yeah. All right, Creech, let's move on. Bad news for Ohio. What a bad look.
Morale is in free fall across all departments.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so I have two stories. So a few weeks ago, you said you were having trouble sleeping.
Yeah.
And you were waking up at the same time every night.
The witching hour, pretty much.
And some other people in the chat and in the Discord, others also chimed in and said they too are experiencing similar phenomenon.
Yes.
So I have two stories that might explain that.
Oh.
The first one is from Tickety Talk.
Oh.
I assume you're not doing this, but we'll cover it anyway.
Okay.
Because this is just, a benefit to our listening audience.
And I got to say, after the last show, I started to get some of my news from TikTok.
I only get 39% of my news from TikTok.
Here's the headline here. Some people tape their mouths shut at night. Doctors wish they wouldn't do that.
Oh, really?
I've never heard of this. Having your mouth taped shut is the stuff of nightmares, but some people are doing that to themselves in an attempt to sleep better, no less. Doctors say, don't do that. Some on social media say it's a hack for getting more and better sleep and to reduce snoring. The claims, which are not backed by science, are taking off on places like TikTok, sometimes pushed by people working for companies selling related products. Quote, the studies behind mouth tape are all small. The benefits are modest and the potential risks are there, says Dr. Kimberly Hutchinson, a neurologist and sleep medicine expert at the Oregon Health and Science University. Well, she could be part of the Leaf Rakers Club.
Yeah, I'm sure she's part of Antifa.
Some of the risks include making sleep disorders like sleep apnea worse or even causing suffocation. Oh, great. I'm just going to die.
I'm not snoring, but I did die.
I'm just going to die now. Okay.
By the way, I do like how they say that the claims which are not backed by science, so nobody has asked Anthony Fauci what he thinks.
No, they don't. They do not.
You're attacking science.
Yes, they are. These TikTokers are attacking science.
As attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
No, put tape over your mouth, okay? Is it better to breathe through your nose most of the time? Mouth breathing in adults is not a major health problem, but it is better to breathe through your nose, experts say. Your nose is a natural filtering system, trapping dust and other allergens before they get to your lungs. Well, I want that stuff. If you're breathing with your mouth open at night, you could wake up with a dry mouth and an irritated throat, which could contribute to bad breath or oral health problems. Mouth breathing is also associated with more snoring.
Is that true that sleeping with your mouth open, and presumably because you're snoring, leads to bad breath and oral health problems?
Well, the doctors are saying this there. I don't even know if I sleep with my mouth open. I think I do. I snore sometimes.
Not wittingly.
Yeah, I don't know if I do, but my wife will punch me in the back and let me know if I do.
punches you in the back if you're snoring.
She does.
Has she tried taping your mouth closed?
Don't tell. I'm not going to tell her about this article. I'm not. This is staying between us, guys. Don't rush to use mouth tape. Is there anything called mouth tape over there? Like, do they sell mouth tape at Target? Like,
oh yeah, let's check. I'll check Amazon. Can I just get a
can I search for mouth tape? I need mouth tape. I'm going to go to Rite Aid.
There's a lot of mouth tape out there.
Wow. Okay. But even breathing through your nose is better than breathing through your mouth. Taping your mouth shut isn't the best way to fix the issue. There's no strong evidence it helps improve sleep. A few studies have been conducted, most of which shows little or no impact, but they were so small, experts say conclusions should not be drawn from them. Then why do the studies? Mouth breathing could be a sign of something serious. The reason sleep apnea can be bad is that any decrease in the quality of sleep can affect your day-to-day and over the course of your life. Okay, yeah. So just try to sleep better, people. I don't like my sleep problems. They're not correlated. There's no relation to like mouth breathing or lack of mouth tape. It's just I'm getting restless, and so is my wife at night, and we're having trouble maintaining full 7-hour, 8-hour sleep without any interruption. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe I should try mouth tape. I don't know. Maybe that's the key.
I'd say give it a shot.
Can't hurt. I'm not seeing anything in this article that's saying I shouldn't do it.
It says Anthony Fauci approved. We need Anthony Fauci brand mouth tape. And it says approved by science.
Yes, see right there.
You're attacking science.
No, we're supporting science. We are.
It's called the Fauci effect.
All right, so you said you didn't see any correlation. We're staying on sleep here. You didn't see any correlation with this, with that story, and your experiences.
That's correct.
How about this article, which is also a listicle?
Let's find out. People who eat these 12 foods late at night are putting themselves at risk.
Okay.
Let's find out. Our whole lives, most of us have been told that food is to be eaten on a certain schedule. Breakfast in the morning, lunch in the early afternoon, dinner around nightfall. But not everyone's body follows such a strict nutritional intake pattern, and that's why snacking was inevitable, or invented, I should say. If dinner is eaten around an early evening and one stays up late at night, that's quite a few hours. We get it. People like to snack. So what can keep you up at night? Different foods trigger all sorts of processes in the body, or they stimulate the production of various chemicals, acids, and hormones. Many of those things upset or agitate the brain or body when they're supposed to be processing or resting. Okay. So therefore, some foods are best avoided. The first one you should avoid, aged cheese.
Okay.
Well, how old does the cheese have to be?
How aged?
Yeah, how aged is it? Barely legal cheese.
Other direction.
Yeah. Some cheese are actually very healthy to consume in the final waking hours of the day. Cottage cheese, for example.
Ew.
I'm not eating a bunch of I'm not going to sit in bed eating a tub of cottage cheese.
Well, I'm going to bed in 20 minutes. Let me just pound some cottage cheese.
No, it's not happening. That low protein is slowly digested and helps the body from breaking down muscle mass during sleep. Okay. But those more flavorful, interesting, and longer aged cheese can do the most damage when you're out. Popular varieties, hard and soft, such as cheddar, blue cheese, and feta contain thiamine. And that amino acid makes the body releasing stress hormones, provoking the fight or flight response. So that doesn't make a very restful sleep. So I'm not eating a bunch of cheese before I go to sleep. I'm not standing outside the fridge or over the counter shoving cheese in my mouth before I go to sleep. I do that during the day.
Chowing down as fistfuls of cheese just
I'll be right in. Hold on a second.
I got 2 more packages to get to.
Well, the number 2 on the list is something maybe.
2.
Potato chips. I do like potato chips. There's no doubt about that, but I don't often eat potato chips before I go to sleep. Potato chips...
Eat them during sleep.
Well, if I'm sleep eating, probably, but I haven't done that in quite a long time. Potato chips are one of life's simpler pleasures, made from thinly sliced pieces of real potato that have been fried in vegetable oil, sprinkled with salt.
I like how they just explained what potato chips are.
They're really...
Hold on.
They're really...
For those of you unfamiliar, a potato chip... Oh, God.
While the body needs salt to live and to stay hydrated, too much of it can lead to dehydration and subsequently sicken the stomach. Potato chips are so satisfyingly salty, which is much as 10% of a serving composed of sodium, that they can easily lead to dehydration and its unpleasant side effect, including insomnia and poor sleep. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Well, maybe... Is there anything else I can eat in place of that at night?
Cigarettes.
Okay.
And lottery tickets.
I don't eat those.
And chewing tobacco.
Well, maybe.
And Hot Pockets.
Okay. Yep.
And honey buns. And coffee. And Gatorade. And Coca-Cola. And aspirin. And lighters. And ice cream. And potato chips.
No, that's bad.
And magazines.
It's a hell of a midnight snack right there, but... No.
Is that every night? You just have it all piled up there. You're sitting in bed.
It's right on my nightstand right there. Just reach over, grab something.
This, fun product package of mouth tape. You could put that out there.
Oh, mouth tape by Anthony Fauci. Backed by science. It looks really nice. We got so many options for artwork. That's great. Well, number 3 is chocolate. You could probably say like all the sugar. You probably can guess like all the sugar in chocolate is probably not a good one to eat. Also, coffee. They say coffee is something that you shouldn't have before bed. Like, do they need to tell people this? I guess they do.
To be fair, and we've talked about my proclivities with coffee many times. I, on an average Wednesday evening, not tonight because I'm not at home, but an average Wednesday show, I go through about 4 to 6 cups of coffee during the show.
And
she likes a little cream in her coffee.
Okay. I sleep like a baby, so I don't know about that.
I've got a coffee stain on my shirt.
Well,
he just notices in the end of hour 4. Damn it!
Don't drink coffee in bed. We know that. It'll keep you up. It's got a lot of caffeine. I love coffee in the morning, and I've been trying to cut down. I really have. I haven't been drinking coffee in the afternoon. I have like probably 3 cups of coffee out of my Star Trek mugs in the morning, and that's it.
Your Star Trek mugs.
Very specific. Also, you shouldn't have steak right before you go to bed. You shouldn't be...
I like a nice, just like relaxing 6-ounce ribeye.
Yeah.
I like to eat.
I just sit in bed with my huge chunk of steak. Just gnaw on it.
Steak, on a fork and my tub of cottage cheese.
Like to lay down and just grab my fork on my nightstand and shove it in my mouth as I lay down. Can you give me an AI image of someone laying down in bed eating steak?
I'm still working on Anthony Fauci selling stuff. Hold on.
I want an AI image of someone eating steak while they're sleeping.
Jeez.
Okay, another one here that you should not have before bed. Anything citrus. Maybe too acidic? I'm guessing it might be
probably, yeah.
Too acidic.
Yep.
Okay, Sam knows. What unites citrus fruits, including oranges, lemons, limes, grapefruits, besides botanical similarities, taste, and okay, whatever. An overabundance of stomach acid isn't great for your body, particularly when you're sleeping. If that acid moves up into the esophagus, that bothers the esophageal lining, and so you're going to have acid reflux disease or gastroesophageal reflux disease. I have GERD, GERD. I got a bad case of GERD. But in case you thought you could just have like a beer or two, but no. You cannot have alcohol, according to this. Alcohol is not good, but it does. I pass out right away after I'm done drinking. After alcohol does help a person fall asleep, it starts to work in mischievous ways, interrupting and then preventing the deep sleep cycle or rapid eye movement from taking place. That's the part of the night where your brain goes to work, processing thoughts, memories, and actions, and allowing the body to rest, heal, and be restored. If alcohol does not let that happen, then sleep isn't as restorative as it could be. Habitual drinkers, a chronic lack of REM sleep could lead to mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, poor emotional regulation, and memory loss. Okay. And also, people, you shouldn't eat hamburgers in bed either. Yes.
Of all the things.
Yeah, you can kind of throw that with steak, right? Like a big beef patty, not good. A cheeseburger on a bun contains very little fiber, a fair amount of hidden sugar, and a wallop of saturated fat. So you shouldn't have a big burger before you go to bed. That is bad.
Well, especially the one they're showing there in the photo, which is one of those burgers. And this is the thing now. You go to a restaurant and you get a burger, and they so overbuild it, overpack it, that it's you can't really even eat it like a hamburger. It's just like it's falling apart, pieces coming everywhere. It's a mess.
It's horrible.
So somebody's just doing that in bed before bed is just asking for trouble. Why can't I sleep well at night?
Yeah, I want a smash burger in bed. No, you don't have that. And also, you shouldn't eat pizza before bed. All that cheese contributes to...
What about a pizza bagel?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because that's still, maybe it's all the carbs, maybe? I don't know.
Eating a Reuben sandwich during the break.
Well,
he's eating a Reuben sandwich before bed.
All that cheese contributes...
By the way, here's your guy with his eating his steak. So just making a mess of things.
His wife does not look happy. He's just eating steak off a fork in bed. Yeah, that's not going to go over well. Try getting the A1 steak sauce off the sheets. Good luck.
Dipping stuff and just putting oh gosh, making a mess.
So don't have pizza before bed. Also, donuts.
What? Donuts is the perfect before bed food. It's a perfect breakfast food.
Well, even
you're
like
getting your body ready for breakfast.
A plain donut, it could help that sweet tooth you might have after dinner too. So it might help. A donut provides a double dose of high GI material in the pastry itself and is made from nutritionally vacant material and heavily processed white flour, and any frosting or glaze is created with a lot of sugar. So that's all bad. Also, you should not have sugary cereals either. That's the next one on the list. No Sugar Smacks, no Captain Crunch, none of that stuff.
Makes you want to throw up.
Fistfuls of Lucky Charms.
Yeah. I do like every now and again. I don't have cereal very often, but when it's here, I do like a nice bowl of cereal at night. There's something about it. It's awesome. But not lately. And also,
I say, how close to bed though?
An hour before bed. I don't pound my cereal and then jump right in the bed and fall asleep.
Just standing over the bed, eating it so as fast as you can.
Like this guy on screen, he's right as he takes that third bite, he's passing out with the steak on his chest.
He's got the itis.
Yeah. And also, people, you should not have spicy food before you go to bed. So keep that in mind.
Like jalapenos?
Yeah, you shouldn't eat jalapenos during the break or before bed.
I was eating jalapenos during the break.
No.
I was eating jalapenos before bed.
I eat a lot of, chicken fried steaks and all the rest of it.
Do you have the one of him going over to somebody
room, eating a piece of pizza and drinking Topo Chico?
Do you have the one of him going over to somebody else's table and taking a bite of their steak?
Oh yeah. He's probably doing that right before bed. Is he?
You think I want to get up and go over to their table and ruin their dinner and grab their steak off their plate and eat it in front of them? I've done that. I have to do it because I can't sit there and lay on my belly while they piss on me. And it's not about arrogance or bravado or I'm a prideful person. They want to enslave me. They want to enslave you. They want our children. They want our future. And yes, they look like zombies. And yes, they're dumb. That's because the spirit that's on them. We will look like that. We will act like that if they take over our souls.
Wow. That's a hell of a comment to make just about taking someone's steak.
Yeah. Trying to get some free food. There you go, people. A lot of good information for everyone out there, especially some helpful tips about what not to eat before bed.
Yeah, if you're having trouble sleeping, review that list. Yeah. Maybe cut back on the steak and sugar smacks and donuts that you're eating in bed before you go to sleep.
Yeah, and the hamburgers and the pizza.
No, well, in moderation, Mike.
You're right. Coffee. Try not to have coffee, like sit in bed. Chocolate, potato chips, all the things you'd get from a gas station or convenience store. Aged cheese. Aged cheese was number one. I'm still blown away by that.
But didn't they say that there was some advantage to eating cheese before?
Yeah, cottage cheese. You can eat a bucket of cottage cheese in bed. That's it. That's all you can do, people. Well, people, thank you for hanging out on this Wednesday show. A lot of news for everyone out there. You can go to OBDMpod.com or OBDMpod.com. I can't even talk anymore. Oh, my gosh. OBDMpod.com for all links to support the show and all that stuff. I'm slowly working on a new merch store, so slowly
Did you,
working on
at least
it.
Take the link out of the show notes?
Maybe. I'll check on that tonight.
Because you have that, and you still, at least last time I checked, you saw the 614 phone number.
I thought I took it off last time, but I'll double check that one
I
too.
didn't check the most recent.
Yes.
I'll check those phone calls.
I think on the website it still has the old.
Yeah, it does. I got to do some major overhaul on the website too. Major overhaul on the website.
Just replace the merch store link with the article about what not to eat before you go to bed.
That would be helpful. I think people would be delightfully surprised.
We can't have cussing.
Yeah, I know. No cussing here.
Relax.
We'll be back on Saturday for an amazing show. I just know it's going to be fun. I just know it's going to be simply an amazing show for everyone. I feel it. So get ready, people.
It better be after that lead up.
It's October. You know what that means. Candy. Well, thank you, Cratchit. Thank you, everyone. Shablagoo.
Keep watching the skis. It's pumpkin spice season.
It's not the official that you're talking about.
Herbert Hoover, suckers and losers. If you try anything to raise the cost of precision jobs, I will veto it.
Can't you see that, you son of a bitch?
That's about all. Shablagoo. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Well, now you know the rest of the story.
Man, you are a fat slob.